welcome or welcome back. Today we're going to try to dupe a palette from Colourpop. This is part of their Love Struck collection. So in particular, I wanted to dupe the Amor palette. So the palettes were released, I think January 7th, that's what it says online, and they retail for about $10 for each individual palette. This ad popped up and they did not look like, your typical 9-pan palettes from them. So I guess this is kind of maybe a newer direction. I don't know. I don't really follow a lot of Colourpop stuff, but figured I would try to dupe the Mauve purple one, and again called Amor. And I'm really attracted to like purpley berry shades. It's like no matter what brand, no matter what line, my eye just kind of like gravitates towards that color. Even though it's not like a crazy color story, I don't think it's like super unique or anything, but it is really, really pretty. If I was going to buy one, it would probably be something like that. But as these things go, we probably have something similar in our collections already, and that's kind of the point here. I just wanted to use stuff that I already owned. This is my first attempt at duping any kind of palette, so we're just gonna see how it goes. It might not be like an exact dupe for every single color, but at least the ideas there come close to what they tried to do with that palette. So we're just gonna get started. I need my hydration. I already have my foundation on and everything, so soft ochre paint pot as a primer, that's usually my go-to. So some pictures, like some of the shadows look brighter, some they look darker, and of course they did swatches on different skin tones, so I'm just kind of interpreting it as best I can. So the first shade I'm gonna do is the last color in the palette, which is kind of that berry color that I was really feeling. So I'm gonna use this Take Me Back to Brazil palette. I tried duping that color a couple months ago, and I found that mixing like a purple like this or some kind of purple with a red, which makes sense, will kind of give me that effect. So I'm gonna try to do that and put that in my crease first. This dark red right here, this metallic red, and mix that with this purple over here and see how that comes out. And as I'm doing it, I'll just keep adding or blending, adjusting it as needed. So right now it's coming out more purple, so I'm gonna add more red. I might even mix like this matte red as well, just to see if it'll bring out the berry-ish part of it a little bit more. Oh, it's really red. Oh, we might have like 5 different shades of berry going on here. Wow, that's something else. That's really pigmented, but hey, I mean, are we getting there? Kind of, sort of. I'm gonna take this brush and just try to blend everything together, see what happens. I feel like I need to add more red. It's interesting because the way it's applying right now, it looks like there's like a gradient, and that's like not what I'm trying to do, but it kind of looks cool as a gradient. Maybe I'll even try to like do it in here as well, do like a quasi halo effect. We'll see. It's like I'm trying to put it in the crease and it's like becoming a lid shape. No judgment. Sometimes it's just fun to challenge yourself. I don't know. That's how I feel, as opposed to just having it. I feel like such a sense of accomplishment if I'm able to get close to the shade that I want. Whatever mess I make, obviously I can use concealer at the end. We're at the messy middle, or the messy beginning, or this whole thing might be a mess. We'll see. Cleaning up the edges a little bit. So there's my blended out crease shade. Like literally this looks like it's all over my lid. All right, now I'm going to try to dupe the glitter in that palette. Definitely looks like a silvery kind of glitter, silvery pink, but then in other pictures it looks kind of bronzy pink, which is funny because I pulled out this NYX glitter to use for the month. I'm gonna try for the more bronzy glitter look that has a little bit of rose gold in it, it looks like, as opposed to the silvery type. This, by the way, is the NYX glitter primer, so I'm kind of thrilled that I'm getting to use this more lately because this has been sitting around collecting dust for the longest time. And I'm going to pat in some of this glitter here. Maybe mix it with a pigment or something. I just made a mess of glitter all over the floor. Lovely. Dab this on first and then kind of do a different shadow on top of it. That's really pretty though. All right, bronze glitter that I haven't used in like 2 years. Coming through. I don't even know if you can see it, but it's there. I can see it. And I can also see it all over my desk and my floor. So that's cool. It's like literally, even with the glitter glue, it's still like coming down all over my floor. Hilarious. Okay, I'm actually going to put a little bit of this rose MAC pigment. See if that kind of presses that glitter a little bit more into my eyelid so it's not coming off, and also give a little bit of that pinkier shimmer, I guess. Ooh, I like that. And I'm actually gonna do it the opposite way. Now I'm gonna just put the pigment on first and then top it with the glitter and see what that looks like. This actually looks pretty close to one of the pictures, so there's that glitter. I'm only applying this to the middle of the lid, but I think it looks kind of cool. So the next color is this like shimmery kind of pink color. It's sort of like a dark mauve or pinky mauve color, and I'm gonna use this old school Too Faced I Believe in Pink palette that I received for Christmas once, and it has a whole bunch of shades like that. So I'm gonna try to mix like mink pink over here, again using the same brush that I used earlier. It's not the same, it'll be fine. And maybe mixing the Spoiled Rotten color, it's called Spoiled Rotten, and I guess a pinkier shade to get that effect. And maybe use that to blend everything. I don't think this is gonna really show too much because of the other color, but I'm using it to blend. Glitter glue is not holding my glitter in place. I'm not too happy with that. I like the glitter glue overall usually, but it's not working for the glitter. Probably waited too long to put the glitter on, that's why. Again, trying to do it on this side. Usually I use like a brown for a transition shade, but since I'm trying to stay on point, I am using that as a transition shade here today. So the color Passion is the other end of the palette, and that is like a bone color, looks like a bone colored, which I did pick out the color Femme Fille by MAC for my Shop My Stash. So I'm gonna put that as just like a brow bone highlight. I don't know how much this is gonna show up. I definitely see a little shimmer there, so that's cool. All right. I don't always do brow bone highlights. I tend to kind of just skip that step altogether most days. So it's kind of nice to be able to do that today. The color Woo, I think that looks a lot like a brown tone, like a shade from the Chocolate Bar palette. The Woo shade looks kind of like this color, which is Black Forest Truffle. So I'm gonna try to use that as maybe the liner today. I was gonna do black, but if I'm really trying to utilize all the colors from this palette, yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll mix the Black Forest Truffle with this color right here, which is called Amaretto. So I'm gonna try to do that as my liner today. This shade in the palette looks a lot more shimmery, I think, maybe. With this, just like a flat edge brush here. I'm gonna press it in here on the top. I'm gonna mix a little bit of this Cherry Cordial shade with it as well. They're all the same color family in my opinion. There's no wings today. So the fallout with this glitter is real. So I need to revisit the glitter glue situation and see if maybe I should have applied the glitter a lot quicker. If you're doing straight up glitter, I think you have to work faster. So there's that. Like a pencil brush just to kind of blend that a little bit. I think I'm gonna try to darken my outer corner there just a little bit more, because just to add a little bit more definition, because everything's kind of blending a little bit. I'm gonna use this brighter purple and mix that with the red, even with a little bit of black. Yeah, that black is definitely a cool idea. Definitely a good idea to get that definition going. To blend anymore, or are we blended out now? Are we all good? I'm gonna add a little bit of under eye concealer to kind of clean up any mess. Put some mascara on, do brows. This is the Velvet Noir mascara, which I really, really like. Nothing really dramatic here, just basic brow filling. And wipe away any of that glitter situation. Well, there's definitely still glitter on my cheek, but that's okay. Blush, mauve pink shade here as a blush, which I don't usually use eyeshadow as a blush, but I'm kind of inspired to do so today. Maybe I'll mix like Sweetheart with Rebel and see what that looks like, just to kind of stay with the theme. And I think I'm gonna skip a highlighter today because I feel like my eyes are very highlighted. So I'm gonna just keep with the blush and maybe add a little bit of bronzer. Third eyeshadow here in my Nude Mood palette by e.l.f. as a bronzer, which I've never done that. So I'm curious if that's a smart decision on my part or not. Is this even turning up? Ooh. All right. If this actually works as a contour, I might just like do that for a while because I am trying to pan that shadow. It actually looks really nice as a bronzer slash contour. I'm not sure what to do here. I have this nude shade by Revlon, again another project pan item. I'm gonna see how that looks and maybe mix it with something else if I feel it's like washing me out. This is the shade Nude Velvet, by the way. I think maybe I'll add a little bit of this Bare Minerals Juju color as well, just to give it a little bit more of a pinky tone. I like this lip color. All right, guys, I think that is my finished Dupetorial, if you will, of this Amor palette. Definitely a mauvey purple tone, and I did a lot of mixing, so it's not like I had, you know, one shadow exactly to match the other shadow kind of a thing, but I think that's what's beautiful about makeup. I love mixing things together, and I definitely encourage you guys to do that if you are trying to not be buying more makeup. Mixing colors is always another option. Yeah, I'm really happy with this look. I think it came out pretty close to what I was hoping it would look like, sort of. I wasn't really sure what I was hoping it would look like, but the idea is definitely there. So there you have it for my very first trying to dupe a palette Dupetorial video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if there's anything that you're trying to dupe right now or any palettes that are catching your eye that you're definitely trying not to be buying, because that's kind of the path I'm on right now. So definitely give this video a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!